What's up, everybody? Welcome into the CycleDrag garage. Sit back, relax, kick your feet up, because we got an entertaining one here today. I'm Jack Rapella from CycleDrag, and look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boxes of mystery. Now, what I want to say is I'm so humbled and I'm so flattered because as CycleDrag has grown, we're up to almost 3 million followers combined across all of our platforms. So oftentimes, these great companies, they want to send me electric motorcycles, electric scooters, e-bikes to review. And if you haven't noticed, we've been on the road a lot this year. We've been to some motorcycle drag races. We've been to rallies. It's been non-stop. So things have kind of piled up, but without further ado, it is time to roll up our sleeves and get down to business, do our due diligence, and give each and every one of these a good solid review. And I'll tell you this too, if you like the product, we'll give you the information, and I'll also let you know if I can save you some money. You know I'm always up for that. Now, to put these together, we will be using SP tools, the greatest tools in the market. So sit back, relax, guys. We got some work to do. Roll up them sleeves. Let's go. Don't mind these sweet Electron carbs. That's for another upcoming project that we'll get to. But I'll also link SP Tools down below in the description, because if you guys have been following me, you know that I absolutely am enamored with this toolbox, these tools. Super, super cool, guys. I'm going to have a discount code for you to save you some money. It's time to get organized and save a ton of money. Yeah, if you haven't seen it before, the story with SP Tools is they basically wanted to create a top-of-the-line tool company and toolbox that you didn't have to spend the rest of your life paying for. Isn't that the joke? The mechanic who finally retires or makes it to a couple years before death and then almost has his toolbox paid off. This one, don't worry, you'll pay this one off very, very quickly, especially with that CycleDrag discount code. So let's get to work. We got a lot to open here. All right, well, let's move to box number 1 here. And I do want to apologize. Some of these companies have been waiting a little bit. As I said, guys, it's been a crazy year being on the road with all these rallies. We've had so much going on over here on CycleDrag, so I do appreciate the patience. All right, so we're going to start with Velowave. I recognize that name. As we do this, guys, too, there's no joke here. I'm seeing these for the first time as well. So if you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. We'll get them answered, at least to the best of my ability anyhow. We'll take one of these. And, hey, by the way, too, if Beta, Suzuki, or Kawasaki wants to send us any motorcycles to test, we can do that as well. That's my pride and joy down there. That's the 1977 Kawasaki KZ. So easily distracted. Sorry, no, wait, we just got to show you this one. 1977, 1197 Kawasaki KZ over here. We got the Gen 3 Suzuki Hayabusa, the beloved Gen 2. Got a lot of miles on this one. And the Beta 390 RRX Pro. But what's in the box? Well, we're about ready to find out. You know, it's nice to put the packing to the test as well, too. I think that's where these companies have really dialed it in and really been able to perfect that. This is what I'm talking about. This is the first step, honestly, in assessing quality. How well is something packed? So far, very, very impressed. Covered in foam. You don't want something damaged before you even get to open it. This one does talk about some of the tools you need for assembling. I think we're going to be A-okay in that regard. Is this awesome or what? I've never been this organized in my life. That's one of the great benefits about getting this toolbox from SP Tools. Woohoo! First box passes the test. This box is no joke. Great job. See what I mean? Did they have this packaging down or what? This is called the Ranger 2.0. Let's get this baby open. A+ on the packaging, that's for sure. And you just have to make sure you don't cut anything or damage anything. Oh, there's the keys. I'll take those right now. Okay. Whew, they got me working up a sweat tonight, but I, again, really just want to shout out Velowave and say, hey, A+ on the packaging. That is some serious foam. Everything has a cutout. It's really hard for it to get damaged, and I don't want to point accusatory finger, but let's just say my FedEx man, who I love dearly, likes to get a little rough every now and again and play football with some of these packages, but so far, so good. Plastic on everything that could potentially be scratched too. I like it. A++. Let's see what we got in this box of accessories. Oh, paper instructions. Thank you, Velowave. I know everything's online, but sure is nice to have some paper instructions too. as you go through some of these. Maybe you don't always have service. Oh, they do come with some tools. Thank you very much. We won't need that, though, because we got the SP tools, but good thing to have with the bike. Pedals. Oh, you get a lock, too. That's smart. I'll tell you, that is one thing I worry about. Who's got time for story time with Jack? I was a lowly freshman at the University of Florida, all the way from Pennsylvania. Sorry, they got me sweating out here. Should be used to it. And bicycle was my only transportation in college. I had not one, not two, but 3 bicycles stolen at the University of Florida. So I do worry about that now that with these batteries getting so expensive and these bikes so elaborate. This is great. I'd invest in even a nicer lock than this if you're going to leave it somewhere where somebody could get it. But the cool thing is the batteries do lock. This key right here is going to help deter theft on the Ranger. That's a nice essential feature. You know, my grandfather Vern, when I was at the University of Florida, for that 3rd bike, he gave me a $25 Schwinn, and he said, don't worry, no one wants to steal a cheap bike. Well, guess what? They stole a cheap bike too. It's crazy. From what I understand, it was a major bicycle stealing operation. Probably goes on at a lot of universities, but we don't wish that on anybody. That's a terrible feeling to have your bicycle stolen, and one of these would be devastating. But that's just another way you can tell these companies are dialed in, like Velowave, with all the different security features that they have here. Hey, we got the charger. Very cool. We'll read up on that. Back to my bike story, too. In my college days, I did have some good locks. And kept them in the bike rack outside. That was the problem. Eventually, I did get around it by bringing it up to the 4th floor in my dorm. Was not easy. We got the pedals over here as well. Nice little accessory kit here, Velowave. Really like the quality here, the finish. Nice. You can tell there's a big difference, guys, between cheap e-bikes and quality e-bikes. This one, not a cheap one. These are quality components. Done a few of these reviews already, and I have checked out some of the e-bikes at Walmart and elsewhere, and I can say they vary greatly. There's a reason they go from like $400 to $10,000 because the components, the quality of the components varies greatly. So make sure you know what you want. If you're serious about it, I don't recommend getting a cheap one. I recommend getting a high quality one like this one. These things are built to last. I will say this one looks like a lot less assembly than I remember from some of the other bikes that I had, so shouldn't take us long to get this one going at all. Let's take a good look at this, though. We get a fender. Beautiful. Again, nice finish on this. Wow. This is where you can really tell the difference, guys. When you go to buy an e-bike, take a look at how solid the frame is. Take a look at the hubs, the chain. Make sure you understand what type of motor it has. Awesome. Not bad at all. Bravo, Velowave Ranger. I love it. I love this aluminum frame. And I got to say, that is less installation time than I remember. I don't think I'm getting any better. I think they're getting a little bit better, and it's easier and easier to put these bikes together. Give it a full riding review in a second. Stay with us for that. But in the meantime, why don't we put it right here, and why don't we focus on the next one? Dreams begin on 2 wheels. Now, there's a company that thinks like me. I've heard a lot about Mokwheel, so let's get this one open. Well, so far, more thorough packaging and another really solid box. Let's see how this one looks comparatively. Okay, don't have the foam insert that we saw, but it looks like it's very protected, and that's all that matters. It'll be interesting to see how some of these companies have kind of dialed in different shipping methods. Foam is your friend, 100%. Well, let's get this thing open and see what's in here. Excited to see this, though. Like I said, I've heard a lot about this company. I've seen a few reviews online, and I'm excited to put it to the test and really compare the products. That's what we want to do. Ooh, okay, lots of foam, like I said. Wow. Okay. Here we've got another fender. All right. It's just the most important thing. Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. It definitely has some weight to it. Wow. Oh, that could be a sign of quality. Woo, I'm getting my workout today. Look at this Onyx Slam. Let the boys be boys. Remember that song? The Onyx. I like it. All right, let's continue. Another good looking bike. Really like the fit and finish. Oh, we got some settings up here for the shocks. We'll have to dive deeper into that, but let's see what we got up here. We got another box of goodies. First, we got a pump. That's pretty cool. Comes with a tire pump in case somebody doesn't have one. And then, oh, we got more tools just in case. You do not have SP tools, but we recommend everybody get SP tools. But I think it's pretty cool that in the case that you don't. Oh, how about this? Nice little thank you note. Super cool. User manual. All right, we got work to do. All right, I think we got her. That one was a little bit longer on the install, but still not bad. This one really has a unique fit and finish and some cool little features. Check out these grips right here. This reminds me of like something you see on an old vintage Indian. Leather-laced grips. Bunch of little touches that make this one stand apart. I can't wait to ride it, but we got to keep on going. Before we think about joyriding and having fun, let's get this thing on a stand because look at what we have up next. We have the Puckipuppy. And I know that this is a great company because if you've been following me last year, they sent us a 3-wheeler, which was really cool. I've never had one of their 2-wheelers though. So let's see what's inside. Number 3, the Puckipuppy. All right, here's a familiar sight. It's kind of cool to see how these companies all have their own spin on things though. Look at this nice accessory box. All right, can't wait to see what is in here. Ooh, nice seat. Like I said, they all have some different details and touches. And what is this? Looks like a sweet bag or bike cover. Okay, Puckipuppy. Great brakes on all these, and I love how every bike so far has had some form of protection on the disc. That is so cool. And how spoiled are we with these disc brakes? Any of my older kids out there remember life before disc brakes on a bicycle? Oh yeah, that was not fun. These kids today are spoiled. All right, let's get this thing out of here. Pick a puppy. Ooh, you know, it's solid, got some weight to it. I think we're running out of room over here. Oh my goodness. But based on the fact that I have experience with this company, I can tell you already, this looks like another gem. I'm excited to put this together. Let's get this thing unwrapped and get to work. Again, I gotta say, very smart by this company to really protect its product. You know, we've seen foam inserts, we've seen some bubble wrap, but actually wrapping the bike in foam is not a bad idea either because I have not seen any damage. And that is a great thing. Oh, look at this finish over here. Nice. We're like a gunmetal gray. They make good looking bikes. I know that. All right. Well, let's keep getting all this trash off and see how far we can get. All right. Let's see what we got in here. Oh, cool. A pump again. More instructions. You know, we love that. And you guessed it. More tools. We told you. You can get yours at SP Tools, but again, I think this is really cool. If this would go to a kid who didn't have tools, or maybe somebody buys it in a location that's their secondary home, or they just are not equipped with tools, which is very common for somebody purchasing a bicycle. Look, that's a nice wrench. Man, I'm going to have to introduce them to SP Tools. Maybe they have some things in common. That's the Mac Daddies, though. Gotta say, best wrench I have ever used right here. All right, let's get cracking. Let's get this Puckipuppy put together. Another common thread I'm noticing that these do all have headlights. That's super cool so that you can ride at dark and be seen. That used to be an add-on for every bicycle. You know, you'd have to go out and get your tail light. Especially if you rode at college, you could actually get ticketed for riding after dark without a tail light or headlight. Extra hardware, that is always helpful. And what the heck is this? Looks like a telephone cord. Kids will explain what a telephone cord is later. Maybe parents, you can help me out. I'm showing my age. I think maybe we could do it like this. Check this out. Does this bring back some memories if you're in my age group? Yes, kids, we used to be tethered. We used to be tethered to the wall. We couldn't just walk around anywhere we wanted with our phone. Now you can take a call on your Puckipuppy out on the trail. This is kind of interesting. Puckipuppy actually recommended turning it upside down to install the front wheel. That makes it easy. That's the way we used to work on bikes when we were kids, which is pretty cool. I think that was frowned on at some point. But the Puckipuppy, as long as you don't get that LCD display onto the ground, all is well. Another thing that I find interesting, that's 3 different bikes and 3 different style front axles. Some of them have this one has the quick connect system that you see on a lot of bicycles. The other one had a hex bolt. This one has a nut. Yeah, this one has the axle built right into the hub. It's neat to see how they all have their different spin on things, pun intended. The Puckipuppy never disappoints. Check out this cool rear fender. Got that straightened out. I cannot wait to test this out and take it for a ride because, like I said, this is a great company that has not let me down so far. Really loved it last year, and looks like this one is even cooler. Can't wait to try the suspension. Okay, we are rolling just the best that we can. We're starting to run out of room, but I do believe it is time for, 4 is the key number, box number 4. What the heck is in this? This company, Ausom. And I got to apologize to them. I've been hanging on to this one for a little while. I told you, I've been on the road, but I can't wait to see what is in box number 4. Let's go. You know what we got to do? SP Toolbox. Have I mentioned I love SP Tools? Well, let's get our box cutter out once again. Oh, first, we actually got some straps on this one. We got a tool for that as well. And we'll see what the packaging's like. This company, I don't know, is it possible? This is the smallest box so far. I don't know that, is this I don't know. I know that, I think Ausom makes some really cool scooters. Or is it a young child's bike? I don't know. Could be a Hayabusa for all I know. Maybe a Gen 4. Here we go. Oh. It is the famous box within a box, I believe. It is a box within a box. Okay, here we go. So again, I really hope you guys have been enjoying this so far. Remember, leave those comments down below. Let me know what you think. If you have any questions, we're going to leave all the information in the description. What do we have here? Oh, it is. It is the Ausom scooter. I believe they call this guy the Leopard. Man, cool. I wonder what the installation is like with this. We're about ready to find out. Wow. I love it. Black and yellow, black and yellow. Any Pittsburgh fans out there? Any Steelers fans? This thing is solid. Oh, it's got some serious weight to it too. Let me make sure I pick it up properly. Wow. Heavy, I would say, in this application is very good. Very good. Oh, the Leopard. The Leopard is heavy. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't know how much weight you can put on this thing, but I think it's safe to say, I just talked about the Steelers, I think you could put an offensive lineman on this one. That is not your average flimsy scooter. Wow. Well, shouldn't take too much installation. Awesome. Awesome Leopard. Okay, cool. Doesn't look like a whole lot of assembly here. And as with the theme, you do get tools and you do get a pump. Awesome, shall I say. Okay, that was not that bad. We'll put a little charge in this Ausom Leopard, and I can't wait to try it. Not that bad might have been a little bit of an understatement. After all, I am the genius who decided to do this in the middle of summer in Florida in a non-air conditioned garage with foam, but small price to pay. We're going to get it in, baby. I got foam flying all over the place. Styrofoam. Jeez, it's a sign of a lot of boxes in here. All right, so while Ausom Leopard is charging, I'm going to go for box number 5. This time, company I'm really excited about, the Fiido M1 Pro. I can't wait to see what we have in here. As you can tell, the sun is setting here in Florida. It's getting hotter, but nothing's going to stop us from getting this great machine open. Whoa! Come take a look at this if you can. Come on over here. That's kind of cool packaging, almost like a mixture of what we've seen from some of these different companies. Foam inserts, accessory box right up front. I love it. All right, pretty cool. Nice packaging. Let's take a look at this. Wow, look at this accessory box. This thing's huge. Wow, let's see what we got in here. Okay, okay. Oh, this looks sweet. And I'm digging the dirt bike style handlebars. Let's see what's in this accessory box over here. Tolls once again. So I think we've kind of established that just about every bike, every scooter is going to come with tolls to put things together. And there we go. We got it all. Look at it. Look at those tires, man. Talk about a unique look. Very, very unique. Very unique. Did I mention it's a little hot? I'm going to go towel off first. Wow, I got to tell you, I'm really impressed with this Fiido. It's much different than the other ones. Smaller tires, as I said, MX style, BMX style bars, and I will say this one went together very, very quickly. I think this was the quickest install. None of them have been too bad. Really nothing to complain about, but this one was very quick. So can't wait to test this out. But, you know, before we get to test, before I start screwing up my carpet, come on over here, cuz. Look at this. Okay, have we saved the best for last? The Hoverfly T4 electric scooter. I have been so excited to get this open. I have really heard some wonderful things about these guys, and I just don't know. Like I said, I think this one's going to be very unique, and that's what's cool. So far, we've opened 5 boxes, and I got to say, we've gotten 5 very, very different results. We'll have to see what the packing is like on this guy. Oh, not too bad at all. Come on in and take a look at that. Oh, here we go. Here we go. First look. Oh, what the heck? Look at this. It looks like it, at first glance, it looks like a weightlifting belt, a high-end weightlifting belt. Look at the embroidery, the leather. This is going to be fun. Look at this. Oh, it looks like a Harley seat. Oh, man. Is that something that's going to go on the back of a road glide? Nice job, Hoverfly. Wow. I think this is a sign of good things to come here. Let's get this sucker unpacked and let's get her open. Okay, we got some tools out of here. Oh my, look at this. Look at this red paint. Wow, this is not your grandpa's scooter. Holy moly, this thing looks like it's ready to go to the racetrack. I dig it. Well, I can't wait to get this baby out. All right, here we go. A couple parts, tools, box. That is the battery charger. And again, instructions. Love that. Doesn't seem like there's going to be too much assembly here, so let's get to work before we melt. Well, I would say we have a winner for biggest battery. And I got that one installed. That was easy. Look at the size of that battery, though. Holy moly, this thing's got wheelie bars. Hoverfly, you guys must be drag racers, and I bet this thing's powerful. I like that. Super cool. So there it is, folks. The Hoverfly, ready for testing. We'll get her charged up. Proof positive. I never know what's coming in the mail here in CycleDrag, but thank you, Hoverfly. I may be a little younger than the target demo for this one, but we'll get her put away. And we will test her out. Hey, you're never too young to have fun on one of these. I do like the wheelie bars. That is a really, really, really nice touch. So we'll tuck this one in here. And how about that, guys? 6 boxes. But before we test, guess what? One more. We've got one more. Come with me over here if you can, because we got all these e-bikes. What are we going to haul them with? Well, big shout out, because if we didn't have enough boxes to open, we got one more, because we got the Easy Fold 2-bike rack with ramp, and can't wait to see what this looks like. Let's get it opened up. Heard a lot about this. Thank you, Young Electric. The fun has just begun. Boy, it has. A lot of you will ride directly from your house, but maybe you want to transport these bikes on vacation or to the racetrack, something like that. And you know, you don't need a trailer. And if you don't have a pickup truck or you don't have room in your bed, these are a great way to get around that. Thorough packing, as I can tell. Wow, a lot of staples. Here we go. Okay, let's take a look at what we got. There we go. All right. Got her open. Could have done a little bit better job with the razor knife. I must be showing signs of fatigue over here. But look at this. High quality stuff, guys. Come take a look. Looking good. Good stuff. All right, we got this baby built right here. Take a look at it. Very sturdy. Nice little transporter. Now, come over here because take a look at this. All right, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 charging at the same time. Not exactly sure what this is going to do to the power bill. Maybe a little cheaper to charge this Tesla right over here. I don't know. But we're getting close. And what I'm going to do also is going to take this nice little tool that I got last year, and we're going to make sure everything's got the correct tire pressure. And other than that, I believe we're ready to roll. This particular tire calls for 20 pounds, so we'll get it pumped up. Nice little unit here by Cyclus. After all that hard work, it is finally time to go have some fun. I'm ready for it. Ready to catch a cool breeze because it's finally cooled down as well. Perfect time to test out these e-bikes. Here we go, guys. I am super excited, super pumped, super ready to go for this. It's going to be awesome. Awesome with an A-U-S-O-M. We got them all lined up. A little bit of something for everybody. I think at the very end of this, too, I'm going to make some kids very, very happy. I got a couple family members and maybe a couple kids in need we're going to make very happy. All right, here we go. Look at these beautiful bikes lined up. Well, now's the fun part. Come on in here. We actually, like I said, got a cool breeze. And I think first up, I'm going to go with the Velowave Ranger. I have been seeing this company everywhere. Shout out to them and their amazing advertising efforts. And, whew, man. I'll tell you what, this bike has a good feel to it. It's really sturdy, and I've had a little bit of experience with Velowave before, and that's what I can really say about their bikes is sturdy, good feel. This feels like it's one you could take in the trails. Let me try it full throttle mode here. Whoa, yeah. Oh my gosh, got some torque too. Wow. It's amazing how fast these things are. Great components too. Stops well. Not that heavy either. Take a look. I mean, for how sturdy it is, it's a lot of fun. I'm going to have to take it. Let's see if we'll go down this way one time. Here we go. Hold on. Wow. And that's only, it is amazing. I got to say, really, really high componentry, high quality. Let's see if we can get some more info on this beautiful Velowave, but highly recommended, guys. Make sure you check them out. This one is the Ranger 2.0. Love how it's got this little back support, this backrest here as well. Give you some more information about the Velowave Ranger. It's roughly, I'm going to give you rough prices too because they fluctuate. So you want to check their site and see if you can catch a deal. I'll link this down below. This one goes for about $1,500, 48 volts, 750 watts. Says it does 28 miles per hour, and it can go 65 miles on a charge. It is highly, highly recommended. All right, now another one I want to try out is the Puckipuppy, or excuse me, I always want to say Puckipuppy. The Puckipuppy Labrador Pro. This is another great bike. This one a little bigger, a little beefier here. Super cool that you got the key. You got the key to the Puckipuppy Labrador Pro where you can lock your battery, like I said, and that's really good in case you want to take the bike down to the beach and lock it up against a post. You want to make sure that your battery is locked as well. Let's turn this baby on. Very comfortable bike too. I like it's got fatter handlebars, which I think are super awesome. Really sturdy. Multiple speeds. And there we go. Wow. Now the last Puckipuppy I had was the 3-wheeler, and that one was super popular. This is my first Puckipuppy 2-wheeler, and I'm impressed. This is definitely a higher end e-bike, depending on what you want. The fat tires feel good. The suspension feels good. Let's check out the brakes here. Oh yeah, it stops as good as I need it to stop. Wow, that is impressive. Let me take it down here one time. These brakes are outstanding. Wow. And this is what I talked about too, the 3 different modes where you can pedal assist, or you can just, if you want to chill, go full throttle. And let's check these brakes out one more time. Oh. Between the suspension, the brakes, the componentry, the battery life, I am a Puckipuppy Labrador Pro fan. Beautiful bike. Love, again, nice fit and finish. Let's park this one. Let's see if we can find out a little bit more information about the Puckipuppy. And you know what's cool is so many of you want to try out these e-bikes. Maybe a lot of times if you go to a local dealer, you can try them. A lot of times it's just good to pick out a good name and go for it. Okay, so the Puckipuppy Labrador Pro, roughly about $1,700. We have a code to save you money. There's also a sale going on. Full suspension, very smooth, and it's also got that torque sensor with an 8-speed. This thing is awesome. The Puckipuppy, you guys have done a great job. Now, that brings us to the Fiido M1 Pro. Now, this one's got a little bit of a smaller engine. It's more compact. Because of that, the price point is a little bit lower if you're looking to get into one for a little less, depending on what you want. Doesn't have the big tires, the big front wheels like the other ones, but it all depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking to save space, this is certainly a good one. I've never ridden the Fiido. We're gonna have to give this baby a try. Another really comfortable bike, different look too. I noticed it feels like an old school BMX bike a little bit. Let's see. Oh man, wow. Oh. Yeah, this one's got a totally different feel. I would say for somebody smaller in stature or maybe a kid, this is a great selection. You know what? But I'll tell you, I'm 185 pounds and I'm not having any problem with it whatsoever right now. Beautiful bike. I love check out the front suspension as well too. Really just a beautiful piece from Fiido. And you can save a lot of room with this because it's folding, because you can put it just about anywhere. And we know that if you're living in the city, if you're living in an apartment, that could be an issue. But check it out, guys. Take a good look. It is the Fiido folding bike. Beautiful. Look at these brakes too. Wow. Might win the contest for nicest brakes back there. That looks straight off of like a BMW sport bike. Nice suspension. Great componentry. I'm a fan. Good job, Fiido. We'll turn this off so we don't kill the battery. That was the one thing too. When I first got into e-bikes, it was like, how long can you go on a charge? And most of these, the range is just magnificent. I mean, I figured you'd be able to go an hour or so. You can go much further than that in many cases. That brings us to another very, very interesting one. First though, a couple more details about the Fiido M1 Pro. 250 watts, 7-speed. It's got that cool retro look to it. And yes, it has a torque sensor as well. Like I said, check the code on that one down below. That brings us to the Mokwheel Onyx. And this is a bad boy right here, let me tell you. In fact, I looked at their website and I saw that it wasn't available, thought it might have been sold out. Oh, as of this video, not yet available, but it will be very, very soon. 1,000-watt, powerful engine, top of the line. I mean, look at some of the different components here. Look at the grips, leather grips, embroidered, super cool. The stitching, that looks like something off a motorcycle. Very, very impressive. I'm excited to give this one a try. The Mokwheel Onyx. We do got a code for you for this one as well when it becomes available. Right now, not available. You're getting an exclusive. Let's see right now. Whoa, my. Yeah. Wow. Okay. So you got to remember here, just for the sake of this video review, I'm only in first or second gear in all these bikes. I can already tell this one is the most powerful. They've all gotten my attention so far because they're all very powerful. The only downfall with this one, I mean, basically, These bikes are priced very accurately and they reflect what you get. This is the most expensive one. It's the most powerful one. It's also the most expensive one. So it really just depends on what you want, where you want to go, what your price point is. Wow. This is fast. Oh my goodness. This is first gear. First gear. That was 12 miles an hour in first gear. I will tell you this too. For the sake of this video, I'm just rolling around. I should have a helmet on. And all you kids out there, no matter what you get, trust me, you can get hurt on one of these things just like you can get hurt on a motorcycle. And you know, I always wear a helmet on my motorcycle. So make sure you wear a helmet because these things are crazy. Be careful out there on the road too, because that's the other thing I learned riding these things on the road is you have to ride defensively just like you would if you're riding a bike, a motorcycle bike that is. Mokwheel Onyx, love it. Okay, now this was a little unexpected. I told you here on CycleDrag, I never know what they're gonna send. I assumed I was getting 6 e-bikes. I assumed wrong. This is interesting. This is the Ausom Leopard, okay? As you can see, this is more of a scooter with, looks like multiple different positions too. You can sit, you can stand. Let me see if I get this thing turned on just right. Here we go. We are fired up. No pedals on this one. So this could potentially impact your decision. Remember, I don't know. You're gonna have to look at the laws of your state, but generally speaking, if it has pedals, it is considered a bicycle, and you can operate it anywhere you could ride a bicycle. This does not have pedals, so this is more of a vehicle here where you're not always. You have to know where you can operate these and where you can't, but. Nonetheless, let's try this baby out. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right. Not bad. I'll tell you, that's fun. That's a lot of fun. Yeah, I was surprised too. I thought that it's amazing. They've really come down on cost because I would have assumed this one would have been a lot more expensive. It's ultra fast. I expected this one to be like more up in the $1,800, $1,900 range. I think this one is closer to about $1,000, and I think they're running some specials. It's fun. It's a little bit. It feels a little more high risk, but you know, maybe some of us like that, right? Wow, super cool, guys. It is the Ausom Leopard, and I am. Look at that. We got a horn. All right, and I believe to shut it off. You got a key on all of these, which is cool. Not only can you lock them, but then you also make sure that it's not on burning up your battery. That is super cool. Let me see if there's anything else I need to tell you about the Ausom Leopard here on my sheet. So make sure you guys check us out. We do have a code for you on this one as well. 52 volts, 47-mile range. 47-mile range. It said on the website, 41 miles an hour. Is that for real? There's no way it could be. Is that for real? If that's for real, that's impressive. I don't think I want to be the guy to test out 41 miles an hour, but there you go. And finally, that brings us to something I definitely didn't expect. The Hoverfly T4 electric mobility scooter. Hoverfly, how in the heck did you find CycleDrag? Thank you guys very much for following along. I mean, they just, like I said, I get these requests throughout the year. We see you have a big following. Can you review our product? Thought that it was going to be an e-bike. It certainly was not an e-bike, but hey, maybe this is a little more my speed. CycleDrag is getting older. I don't want to give away my exact age, but you guys know I've been in this game for a little while, and it's kind of tiring going to all these races, which, by the way, speaking of races, tell me these wouldn't be great to take to the racetrack. And I know a lot of these racetracks are cracking down on gasoline-powered pit bikes. This could be the perfect option right here. Take a bicycle so that you can get around the track, whether you go to motocross races, drag races. Nonetheless, let's fire this baby up. Oh, okay. Here we go. It's time to go shopping. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Here we go. I like it. I like it. Well, you know, this would appeal to a lot of people that... Here we got a grocery store nearby if I'm tired. Well, actually, I should walk my lazy butt. I'm young enough. But there's plenty of people, whether you're injured. I will tell you this, true story, and this is showing my age. I came back from the drag strip, heavily glued racetrack at Rockingham Dragway a couple weeks ago, and I actually pulled my back a little bit, and I was hurting for a couple days. This would have been perfect to ride over to the grocery store, get some milk, get some eggs, get some bread. Super cool. Here's another thing too, guys. This is way less than I thought. Way less than I thought. I thought this one would be about, I don't know, $1,500. No, we're talking more around like grand, under a grand. It's got a basket. It is super, super cool. So great job, Hoverfly. Great job by all of these companies, guys. Fantastic job. And I really appreciate all these companies letting CycleDrag be a small part of your marketing endeavor. Oh, we got reverse. Yeah. Oh, and a beep. And a beep. Hopefully this helps. If you guys have any questions, leave them down below. We'll get them answered by an expert. Like I said, I'm no e-bike, e-scooter expert. I'm just a guy who loves to ride cool stuff and is humbled that you guys have followed me and built a following to where they send us all this awesome stuff. Now I think it's time to maybe make a few kids very, very happy with these things. I got a couple family members in mind, maybe a few other less fortunate kids that we can make very, very happy with some cool stuff. Want to make you happy as well. So what you got to do is look down below, do some shopping. We got codes to save you money. Follow those codes. If you have any questions, you can hit up those specific websites and they all have great support teams. 6 really, really reputable, wonderful, well-known companies that I deal with. I only deal with good companies. If I show you something here on my platform, it's a company that I will certainly back and that they got good communication, good customer service. So thank you guys so much for watching. Little deviation here, a little break from the norm. Don't worry, we're going to be back to our usual content here with the next video. A lot of stuff on the horizon this year, but thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, here's another one for you. Subscribe right in the middle, and you know if there's anything fast motorcycles or e-bikes, CycleDrag is in.